In this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to vibe code an entire landing page from start to finish for a coaching offer, which is going to be the example for this video, but you could pretty much use it for whatever you would like. So basically, what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you what I did here in Claude. So I used Claude to generate all the copy for the landing page. And initially, I just said use my sales copywriting skill and create an entire random landing page based off a random offer with random information that you just artificially generate. And it created something very weird at first, which was a triathlon landing page. I don't really want to use that niche, so I said to use a more popular niche and use the sales copywriting skill. And the structure of the landing page that we're going to use is going to be a headline, subheadline, VSL, book a call button, and then some testimonials, and then multiple CTA buttons throughout the entire landing page, which I described here. And I'm using the sales copywriting skill as I kind of referenced here above, which is trained on proprietary information on writing ads, writing newsletters, writing emails, writing landing pages, pretty much all of that stuff. Anything in regards to copywriting, this is trained on. And if you want access to this Claude skill, I'm going to drop it in my Telegram group. So make sure to visit the description, click the Telegram group, join it, and I'll send that Claude skill in there if you want to use this specifically to generate copy for whatever offer you want to use it for. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be focusing on actually building the landing page within Lovable. So it went ahead and kind of created an HTML artifact here, but we're not really concerned about that because we're going to be using Lovable to build it. So I said extract the text from the landing page you generated there in the artifact, and it pasted everything here. So we have all of the copy for the landing page, which the Claude skill automatically did, which once again, if you want access to that Claude skill, join the Telegram group and I'll send it in there. But for now, we're going to copy and paste all of this copy here. We're going to go to Lovable and say, this is the landing page copy I want to use. This is a landing page copy I want to use for a landing page for this coaching offer. Do not change the copy whatsoever. Keep it exactly the same. So we want to be very explicit in the prompt and make sure it does not change the copy, because this is the final version that we're going to use for the landing page. And then we're gonna sort of specify the structure here as well. So this is a VSL book a call landing page. So the headline should be big and bold and stand out. There should be a subheadline under the headline, a video sales letter placeholder where an actual YouTube video will later be integrated as the actual VSL for the landing page. So we're actually, for the sake of this video, we're going to embed a actual public YouTube video of mine as the VSL for this landing page, just as an example. Now there is multiple softwares that people actually use to integrate into these landing pages. Like I know Vitalytics is a popular one. So what you could actually do is, it doesn't really matter. You could always just go copy and paste the link, whatever software you're using is using, paste it into the chat window here within Lovable, and it'll automatically integrate it. And you could test if it integrated it properly, and if there's any issues, you could specifically prompt it on the issue that you're experiencing and it'll fix it. So Lovable made it really easy. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be integrating a public YouTube video as the VSL that is being used for this landing page. Be integrated under the video embed. We're going to have a book a call button that goes straight to a Calendly meeting, and the remainder of the landing page will follow the structure outlined, in the landing page copy I have pasted above. So we were very specific in this prompt. We told it the exact structure and we gave it all of the copy. So now what we're going to do in Lovable is actually put it in chat mode so we could go ahead and actually plan out the entire operation here. And after it gives us a plan, we're going to go ahead and implement it. So I'm going to paste this in and come back to you when it's done. Okay, because it's in chat mode, it's going to go ahead and ask us these questions here. So we're going to go ahead and answer these. So Lovable knows exactly the direction that we want to essentially take this landing page here. So the first one is dark gold, white accents, white like background, navy blue. Here we go. That's a white space. Subtle colors, elegant, distraction free. We're going to go with minimalistic modern just because white backgrounds tend to convert a little bit better. Does your Calendly booking? Okay, let's say, yes, I have it ready. How do you want the testimonials displayed? All 3 testimonials visible, carousel, rotate through, stacked each testimonial as its own full width section. Let's go with a carousel. Any additional elements you would like to include? Countdown timer, just the essentials. It's going to be for myself. And now it's going to preview all of our answers to the questions, and we'll just submit it. And now it's going to go ahead and actually create the entire plan, because I still have it in chat mode. And I'm going to come back to you when it actually created the entire plan. So a little change of plan there. It's asking what our Calendly link is, because it's going to try to integrate that right away. So I'm going to go ahead straight into my Calendly, copy and paste that here. And now I'm going to give it the actual link. And now it should actually know exactly what book a call link to use. And now it's going to go ahead and create the entire plan. We're going to see if it asks us another quick question, but I think it's actually going to go ahead and sit here and think for a while. So I'll be back to you when it's done. Boom. Now we have the entire plan. It laid it out all here. So if we read through it, it looks all good. It looks like it's following all of our instructions from before. So we'll just hit implement the plan. And now it's going to go ahead and think for a few minutes, actually go ahead and build the entire preview. And then from there, we're going to be able to actually iterate and make sure everything is up to par and up to our standards. And if anything is wrong with it, we're able to fix it and make it look up to par. So I'm going to be back to you when this is done. Okay, here we go. So now Lovable is done. It used the exact copy that we pasted in. So here we have headline, subheadline, VSL button, book your free strategy call now button, which automatically works, goes straight to the Calendly link that we actually integrated. It has all of this stuff here, and pretty much it did everything pretty well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to iterate a little bit. So as I went through it the first time, I noticed that this quote here is kind of overlapping with the text a little bit, and that is the case on all of these carousels here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot this here, and we're going to send it into Lovable for each carousel, just so it understands that every single one of them has this exact issue. Let's see. The quote in the top left of all of these carousels is overlapping with the text. Fix this. So we're not going to put it in chat mode because it should understand exactly what it's supposed to do based on these images and this short little prompt that I put in. I'm going to send this in and let's see if it fixes it automatically. Okay, so seemingly it fixed it, but the quote, as you can see, is still a little bit above the box there and it doesn't look super clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in a zoomed in screenshot here. Now we're going to go back to the chat and say, okay, now it's not overlapping with the text, but it's popping out of the box a bit. Move it down ever so slightly so we can fix this issue. Now we're going to send it in, let it work, and I'm going to come back to you when it's done. Now in just 2 prompts, it has completely fixed the quote thing, and it is consistent along all 3 of these carousels here. So our next step is going to be to actually embed the video sales letter. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be using my YouTube video as an example. However, you could just copy and paste the link any of the softwares that you use gives you, and you just basically copy it. Now we're going to go back to Lovable and say, this is the video I want to use as the embedded YouTube VSL. Integrate this and make sure this is previewing on the site. So now we're going to let it work and see if this integrates properly. Now it has perfectly actually integrated my YouTube video, which we pasted in the link, and it is now previewing as the VSL. So the entire landing page for the most part is done. And what you could do is you could always just go back into Lovable here and give it like more suggestions and stuff. So for the sake of this video, let's say we were going through this landing page and we didn't like how the body sections here are just kind of like black text on a white background, and it just looks kind of like a Google Doc and it doesn't like feel too premium. And we want like sort of a liquid glass design to kind of encase this text here. So let's send in screenshots here. What we're going to do though is we're going to send in screenshots of all the parts that we want to change. So let's say we want to change these parts. let's say we want to change this part. Actually, these parts, both of them. Let's say we want to change this part right here. Let's say we want to change both of these parts. There we go. Put that in there. I'm going to put this part in here. Let's say we want to change this part as well. And let's say, okay, so now let's zoom back in and let's give it that nice premium design. So let's say I've given you a lot of, let's see, a lot of screenshots here, and the only thing I don't like about the landing page is a lot of the text is just black text on white background, and it's not encased in a nice box, and some of the stuff is in a nice box. Like, let's see, we had this, like the my guarantee to you section, but it just feels cheap and doesn't look too good. I want sort of a liquid glass design, which feels premium, clean, and minimalistic. And so we basically just explained what we want to change here and kind of like what we're going for. And now we're going to put it in chat mode specifically. So it's not going to make any edits. It's going to essentially give us an entire plan, and we could approve of the plan and then actually go ahead and make the changes to the landing page after. But for now, let's send this in and let's see what kind of a plan it actually generates. And we're going to see if we're going to go with it, and it should integrate everything as we've said before. Now Lovable understood our prompt, it understood what we were going for, and created the entire plan to actually create this kind of like frosted liquid glass design throughout the entire landing page. So we're gonna go ahead and say implement this plan. Now it's gonna go ahead and work for a few minutes, and we're gonna come back once it's done and see what it actually did. Okay, so now Lovable has actually went ahead and boxed everything up, kind of like what we prompted, but I'm still not too happy with this, and I want it to still remain this kind of like frosted white color, but be a little bit more transparent and glassy. So let's prompt it that way. Let's say, okay, I like what you did, but the blocks around the text still feel just like a plain white background. I want it to be more so like I want it to be more so a white frosted, glassy feel to it, and make it ever so slightly transparent. Don't overdo the transparency and keep it clean. So now we're not going to keep it in plan mode. We're just going to send this in right away and see what it does. And I'm going to get back to you when this is done. So now it has went ahead and made everything more glassy. And one thing that you'll learn as you work with Lovable is sometimes it's very iterative. So that prompt that I sent in before I cut the scene was to make it feel a little bit more glassy. And then I iterated even more. I said that didn't change much. I iterated on it even more. And I said still not glassy enough. And it went ahead and did it. So this is kind of like the colorway I was going for. This is exactly what I wanted, and it went ahead and did it. And you'll see it kind of has this scroll animation. So as you go through it, it kind of saturates the top with this darker color and keeps the bottom more so kind of like whitish, bluish. And you'll notice this animation throughout the entire page. So it has went ahead and done that. So now we're pretty much done with the entire landing page. Let's make sure everything is functional. So if I click the YouTube video, all right, so in this video, it's responsive. If I click the book a call button, it goes straight to Calendly. If I scroll down, there's multiple CTA buttons. Another Calendly link pops up here. It's responsive, so that's good. And there's another book a call button here, and this one is responsive as well. And there's one more here, so let's test this one. Very good. Everything works. And one thing that is quite important to actually understand if you know for a fact you're going to be working on a project for quite a bit of time, is Lovable actually has a knowledge base here. And you're able to go into the knowledge base of a specific project and actually give it a set of custom instructions. So let's take a screenshot of this and let's go to Claude, and let's say I'm going to be working in Lovable on this project for this landing page for bit. Give Lovable some good instructions slash a good knowledge base to work with slash reference as we iterate. Let's turn off the thinking mode. It's not really necessary. And then now Claude is going to go ahead and output what we're actually looking for. Here we go. Finally, Claude is done. It's outputted this massive context profile here. And that's kind of the way it works within Lovable. It is a massive context profile. Lovable is able to reference as it works, and it essentially keeps everything consistent. So let's hit update here. And then boom, everything has been updated. So if you were to work on this project for a very long time and you're going to be iterating a lot here within Lovable, this is something that's very important to kind of set up early on and have this knowledge base, so everything works a lot more smoothly. And even within Lovable here, you're able to connect it to your GitHub. So if you go to your GitHub, you're able to just connect it just by basic sign in. The process is very simple. I'm not going to do it for the sake of this video, but if you want to like integrate even more advanced features and iterate even further, you could go ahead and use ChatGPT's Codex, you could use Claude Code, and you could go ahead and give it this entire GitHub base, and you could have Claude Code even make changes that are then going to sync to Lovable here, and you could get crazy with it. But for the sake of building a nice, clean landing page, we are done. Everything is responsive. It used all of the copy that we gave it, integrated the VSL, book a call button is working, and then now the last step would be to essentially publish it. So you would go in here. We're going to give it just some like random name. Let's save this. And then it's going to give you the .lovable.app domain right away. However, you could actually go ahead and add a custom domain. So when you hit this button, it's going to prompt you to actually go to your domain provider, give it the information that it needs, and then it syncs it. So instead of showing whatever .lovable.app, it's going to be whatever your website is, .com, .net, whatever domain that you're using. So it's as simple as clicking this button, following the instructions. But let's say we want to publish it. We're just going to hit publish here, and then it's going to use this weird kind of like URL link that I made. And after it's done publishing, we're going to be able to visit it on an actual website and see if everything remains consistent there. And I believe Lovable also does some security scans, making sure everything is good here. So if you want to review the security of your site, make sure it's all good. Hit review security. It'll check all that for you and prompt you with changes. But we're not going to do that for the sake of this video. Now we're going to paste this in here, and we're viewing it in an actual website. So we have the headline, subheadline, VSL, book a call button. Everything is exactly the same as it was previewing there, and we don't see any issues with it. Yep, there we go. It's all good. And you could even, there's a setting within Lovable where you could actually, let's see if I could find it really quick. Yeah, but there's like oftentimes it's going to preview this at the bottom where it's going to say like generated with Lovable. You could just go into the Lovable settings and actually disable that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. This was pretty much a speedrun tutorial of how to actually use Lovable to quickly iterate and build a landing page for whatever it is you want to use. And for the sake of the copy, I just used Claude to generate it earlier with the Claude skill that I mentioned, the sales copywriting skill. So if you are actually interested in getting that copywriting skill, join the Telegram community in the description, and I will send it in there so you could use it for whatever offer that you're running for. You're able to just talk with Claude and give it as much context as possible about your offer so it could tailor it specifically to your custom situation and give you all of the copy you could use. And it's as simple as copying all of the copy that it gives you, putting it into Lovable, telling it to generate it, and then just kind of iterating as we did throughout this entire video. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully this helped you guys see some of the features within Lovable and how actually simple it is to use to quickly spin up landing pages within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like super quickly, you know. As long as you have the copy and you have the general direction of the strategy that you're actually going to go with, then this is very fast, very simple. And as always, if you are a creator and you are running an offer, whether that be a coaching offer, whatever it may be that you're running on organic socials, what me and my partner do is we partner up with these creators and handle all of the backend operations. So from setting up all the Typeform questions, all the Typeform logic, appointment setting, people onto meetings, hopping on the closing calls with you, integrating all the stuff with the CRM, using all of the AI connectors like make.com, Zapier, pretty much all of that stuff. If you want us to handle all of your backend operations so you could actually focus on creating content and fulfilling on the offer that you're running on organic socials, I'm also going to have my Calendly link in the description, which you can't click like this, not a button like on the landing page. But yeah, you could go ahead and book a meeting, and we'll see if me and my partner could actually help you scale up your offer and offload a lot of your backend operations onto us, so we're able to take that off of your shoulders so you're able to grow your coaching program. But yeah, that'll be it for this video, and hopefully this helped some of you guys out.